Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And on March 3rd, which is the day after tomorrow for you, my American friends, it's a full moon, which happens to be a total lunar eclipse, at least as per my calendar, almost right in the middle of the sign Virgo, 12 degrees in 54 minutes. And from that full moon, the phase of the moon goes all the way through March 18th at 9:23 p.m. Then we're going to have a new moon almost at the end of the sign Pisces, 28 degrees in 27 minutes. So today, what I'm going to take a look into is how that phase of the moon, which is going to be the waning moon, or a waning moon, a waning phase of the moon, is going to affect us, and what kind of an influence is going to drop on the star signs. And the first thing that I'm going to do, as per usual, that will be the collective reading. So the cards which I drew for it, so I can use them for the thumbnail, and there you can examine them for yourself if you so wish, are as follow. Five of Pentacles, it is the first one which I drew, followed by the Page of Swords, and then the last one, that is going to be the Moon card. So indirectly, this waning phase of the moon is going to affect our lifestyles, and our lifestyle, and I'm saying indirectly because it will be a very conscious decision and very conscious change, unlike, for example, if we do have the Death card to fall on the very first position. It's going to be a conscious change because probably, and what I think is going to happen here is that from third moving forward, the few days that follows after the 3rd of March, the problems and the difficulties, which happens to be mundane, but we are facing on a daily basis, are going to start piling up. And we're going to start experiencing more than usual difficulties, plights, and struggles on all fronts: career, relationship, friendships, personal endeavors, hobbies, if you will. And that is going to make us think, don't we have to change something, right? And these are going to be lifestyles which are very, very easy to change. For example, you may come up to the conclusion that if you tweak a little bit your schedule, many of your concerns and issues that you're facing on a daily basis are just gonna disappear. Or if you tweak a bit your diet, or if you tweak a bit your lifestyle. And this is the primary influence of that full moon, or that total lunar eclipse, that is going to readjust our lifestyle into a more healthier, more efficient, and as well more smooth, if I may put it that way, a way of living, so we don't have to struggle more than we have to with the day-to-day routine on a daily basis. Now, this standpoint, which every single one of us is going to obtain here to improve their own personal life, is going to cross certain paths. We can see that with the elemental dignity in between the Page of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, meaning that there are certain people, or at least one individual, who like us where we are. They, for example, like us having an unhealthy diet, or like us having piled a lot of unnecessary responsibilities. They simply like us to struggle because it serves their benefit and it serves their purpose. And this is going to be a person who is going to happen to be super unhappy, the way, or they're going to be super unhappy of the strive from our behalf to basically improve our lives. Their intentions, to be fair, they don't have to be malicious. They, for example, could be people that are used to have a lot of dynamic in their life, and they do believe that the more you do, then the more productive life you have. But sometimes many is less. Sometimes you just can, with tweaks, like I said, you can improve your life, having far easier procedures, accomplishing a far greater goals. And kind of like these people may see it as a cheat and or taking up a shortcut, and that's why they may be disgruntled and building up grievances toward us, against us. Additionally to it, the change of the lifestyle we are having, the conduct we use to do job or to do work, to do love, whatever the case, will readjust our direction, and this is going to be the hidden primary influence of the full moon in Virgo. These small tweaks and small changes into our lifestyle are going to readjust our direction. So by the end of these 15 days, give or take, we're going to have a completely different path, if you will. Kind of like change of concepts, change of direction, change of ideals, a change of goal, if you will, which this time around is going to be the one we are meant for. So if you have strayed away from your path and kind of like you're feeling out of the weather, you're feeling like you aren't moving into the right direction, these small tweaks into the lifestyle that you are leading right now are going to readjust your path and are going to set you right where you belong, where we all belong. But in the process, we all are going to feel kind of emotionally fragile and emotionally unstable. And this is the moment where we should not doubt the decisions that we are coming up to, based on the conclusion what exactly is causing the problems we're facing on a daily basis. So that was the collective reading. It does look like that this is going to be a chiropractic session on our lives. This is the full moon in Virgo is going to be the chiropractor that readjusts the joints of our lives and making us more functional, for lack of a better word. So now a few notes about the show. There are going to be 12 readings, every single one just like that one, but is going to be focused on a specific star sign, and I'm going to start from Aries and going to end up with a Pisces, meaning that I'm going to run down the ecliptic. Bear in mind that these are generalized readings, and if you do want to obtain more personal perspective, then you need to project them on your own personal situation and extract the situation which fits your personal situation. If you want me to do that for you, then you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below, and there at the very front page you can see full list of my services and also their pricing. And finally, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, and at the end, everyone who donated is gonna receive a personalized reading, and should the donation carries no inquiry with it, then the reading is going to be about how the full moon in Virgo is going to affect your life personally. Just like Yasmin and Pat did. Yasmin, thank you for, hold on a second. It's not just only Yasmin and Pat, it's in Kenny as well. Thank you, three of you. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Kenny. And Pat as well. Thank you. You all three are gonna have a personalized reading at the end of the stream. Just let me put you into the list. Now, first star sign that I'm going to read for, that will be Aries. You can keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the illustration and the glyph of the star sign, which is displayed right there. And let me shuffle and see what we got for Aries. These are the cards for Aries. The Hermit, Eight of Swords, and as well Page of Wands. So that will be the moment where you pretty much are going to be done with the shenanigans and the bullshit. Think of it that way. That, can I put it towards, it relates to association of yours, a person that you are associating yourself with, that you are acquainted with, and that currently there is no subject that particularly ties you to that individual. Okay, yeah, you're hitting off, you're having a good time, probably together you are jumping from one experience to another, and again are having a good time, but that ain't gonna be enough anymore, and you're gonna have a pretty clear perception and idea what kind of a future you do want to have, and whether that individual does have a particular part or a role to play in that future. And basically you're gonna cut the crap with them and put the matter, I'm sorry, in their face, straight, whether they sober up and grow up and continue on being a part of your life, or whether they are going to keep up with the shenanigans and with the shits for the things for the shits and giggles, and kind of like, you know, hit it off by themselves. But the idea here, and the way that the full moon in Virgo is going to affect you, is that it's going to narrow up your vision, and it's going to withdraw your perception. It's going to seclude your perception from the perception of the world and the perception of the others, and is going to create it unique. What I mean is that you're gonna focus on something that carries on a value for you, specifically for you, that no one else is fixed upon right now, but for you is going to have a very essential value for your life, and you would want to chase it. And whether that person supports you or not, it is entirely up to them. But if they don't, this ain't going to be a loss whatsoever. Now, however, if you do care about them, at least according to these cards, it will benefit you if you are a bit more understanding with them, because at first they won't be able to fathom why you just don't want to have fun, and you know, you don't want to kind of like scamper around and just cheap chat and kind of having an experiences without any attachment whatsoever. They just will not gonna fathom at first why you want to become more serious all of a sudden. Well, it is because something is going to be riding for you on that train, and you would want to seize it. You would want to have something tangible coming out of these 15 days ahead of you. Right, next one, that will be Taurus. These are the cards for Taurus. So we do have the Empress, Four of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. And that full moon, you're going to be given a chance to right the wrong. It is the best way how I can put it. So basically, this full moon focuses on it's probably a choice, but it could be also an action that you have performed. So I will keep up with the choice, but consider that that is also could refer to an action that you have taken. So that is something from the past which you are regretting right now, and this full moon is going to give you the chance to fix that, to go back on your word, for example, or go back on your decision and pick the other option that is going to be more favorable. And that is a decision or an action which extinguished, it sniffed out your hope that, you know, things are ever going to resolve. Think of it that way. We all had these situations where, in a grudge or out of rage, we said a words that we want to take back. Well, you're going to have a chance to take back those words and actually fix the mess that those words created. And through that, you will have the opportunity to ensure a future you thought lost, right? To ensure a future at your career, for example, that you thought lost, or a future with your ex that you thought you're never going to have. The choice is going to be yours, but you need to keep it discreet. What I mean is that this is a thing that no one else needs to know about, and it has to know about, but only yours. Therefore, you need to keep it away from the midst of all of the rest of your activities, so no one can mess around with your business whatsoever. And you will recognize what subject and what topic this fix can happen by when you think about a topic, and when you think about the reversal, it brightens your day. Okay, so a big chance for you, Taurus. I suggest you don't miss it. Next, that will be Gemini. These are the cards for Gemini: King of Swords, Four of Swords, and also Seven of Wands. Give me a second. Hey, Yasmin. Ooh. That will be the phase of the moon that is going to push you toward figuring it out. This is going to be more of a cycle of research, right? More of a cycle of trying out your options or considering your options through consultations. It is like talking with people that's kind of like knows the ins and out of it, which people can relate to you a very objective opinion about your situation. For example, marriage situation or business situation. Hello, Rash. Yeah, only from the patrons. So if you support the channel through Super Chat or a PayPal, I'm going to take your question. So back to the subject. This is going to be about I could call it even a conundrum. It's really tough, say a project or a situation that you are standing against. And it is not like it's unsolvable. It is just, you know, when one thing leads to another and you just can't see the end of it, right? But within the next 15 days, it will happen that you're going to meet the right people for the job, or willing to cross lines, like lines of the law, like lines of a personal integrity, like a lines of dignity as well. They just don't give a damn, right? For as far as they get what they want, the means justify the results, and you will beat them fair and square, but that is only if you do listen to the advice of these people you're gonna have a consultation with. News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you. The end of the stream, you're gonna have your personalized reading. Let me put you into the... Oh, you're already into the list. I haven't removed you from last time. Okay. So, just a final note to Gemini. Kind of like you will end up interacting with a very useful people. And you better put them to use. It is the best way I can put it. Next, that will be Cancer. Mm. Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and Knight of Wands. So it's a change of partnership in most likely a business or at work. It could be a partnership in between, you know, an employee and employer, or a client and an executor. I don't know how to put it. You know, when a client uh, puts an order, the one that performs the order. So bottom line is that the full moon is going to lead you to more useful companions and more useful support that can provide for your current development. More useful people to have a fruitful discussions and fruitful interactions, and above everything else, a fruitful cooperations. Not to mention that these are going to be people you will end up genuinely liking for their character and for what they can contribute for your personal growth. One note I want to add here, it is that if this is about your personal relationship, this doesn't have to be a change of partnership, but instead it is a change of candor that will be 15 days in which little by little, not all of a sudden, but little by little, you and your current intimate partner are going to start sharing criticism. Or in other words, you will display what you don't like and what you would like to change, you know, in your relationship, so you can kind of like have it tangible instead of being just only on paper. And I think that you both are going to listen to whatever each one of you has to say, and a real effort is going to be conducted so that relationship can become functional this time around. But whatever it is, you'll be very pleased with the results, and not just only with the results, but with the procedure. Unlike that Knight of Wands, which is a someone that has a just sheer interest in you, in a sense of interest what you can give them and what you can be for them, and nothing else, right? And as soon as their interest shifts, so for example, someone more lucrative pops up, they are gonna leave you for good like there is no tomorrow, and they don't even gonna blink with their eye for it. It's an expression in our country. So they are not gonna think twice about it. And you shouldn't feel bad by leaving them hanging either. Next one, that will be Leo. Okay. These are your cards: Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, and Two of Pentacles. Full Moon in Virgo actually is gonna present you with a super gainful opportunity that is within the framework of your current undertaking. So think of it that way. The project you are running or you're a part of offers you even a bigger growth. The client that you do have a you know, a purchase order with can place you even a bigger purchase order, and so on and so forth. It is just a gainful opportunity, not a new beginning. That is important to be noted here within the current framework of your enterprises and endeavors, and it's gonna come very suddenly. It comes from a person that is just, best way how I can describe it, it's just open for suggestion. That isn't someone that is already set their mind on whether they're going to date you or not, whether they are going to have a specific budget for you or not. They're just, you know, you're just displaying an urge, you're displaying willing, you're displaying intent, and they're saying, you know, fuck it, let's try it out. You know, let's go on a date and see how it's gonna hit off. All right, I'm gonna send you the files and see what you can do about that order, or just, you know, let me come on a, for example, business meeting and see what we can do for one another. So this is going to be one more gainful opportunity you can use to grow into the future. And what you need to be warned about it is that here actually you need to pull some rabbits from the hat. What I mean is that there are gonna be requirements you currently don't fit in, but you're gonna have the time to compensate for it. For example, the performance at work will require you gaining an additional qualification, but you're also going to be given a time to acquire it, maybe a few months, maybe a year, maybe a whole education as well. But you shouldn't be shy from the opportunity to expand your own personal arsenal of skills, knowledge, and talents as well. For what it's worth, this is going to be an opportunity that is going to polish you even further in the field where that opportunity provides itself for you. Okay, next one, Virgo. These are your cards. So we do have the Devil, Five of Cups, and Ten of Wands. You know, when you kind of like when you pay in advance for something you are after, like for example, you really want to be with someone and you get chastised and kind of like mistreated for it just because you want to be with that person, and finally you get with them, you get to be with them. You can fairly say that you have paid for that relationship already, you know. That is the situation we are having, or kind of like that is the influence which the full moon in Virgo is going to produce for you. You're going to get what you have already paid for emotionally. I mean, that is an emotional payment you gave, like for example, a sense of loss, a disappointment you have experienced, you know, or just you had to deal with a unfavorable circumstances and willingly you jumped into those unfavorable circumstances to protect someone, for example, or to take a hit, to take a loss for a friend, and so on and so forth. And now this a selfless act, this altruistic act you have performed is paying off by granting you the grant could happen in a many different ways, you know, but it grants you with the influence. It is the best way how I can describe it, to force the circumstances, to bend the circumstances to your favor, and to get what you yearn for, or what you currently kind of need. Whether you need money, you can get money. Whether you need love, you can get love. Whether you need, I don't know, respect, you can get respect as well. And you are not gonna have to even break a sweat. There are a few things you have to finalize and you have to finish, which are going to be kind of like individualized for every single one of you, depending on what you're going through right now. But it's nothing someone that is gonna break the camel's back, and it's not someone and it's not something that actually is going to keep you well too occupied. Few finishing touches here and there, but definitely you can have it your way. And if someone tries to tell you that you aren't playing fair, remember you have already paid for it. And some of you might even paid for it with paid for it with the interest in advance. Next, that will be Libra. Oh, that's a good one for Libra. Seven of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and also a Five of Swords. You see these two? Seven of Pentacles and Page of Cups. That elemental dignity. It does represent a person who just wanna be a part of your life. They don't give a damn what kind of a part. They just wanna be a part of your life, right? What kind of a part? Well, that is something you gotta define, all right? You can be lover with them, you can be business partner with them, you can be friend with them, they can be your errand girl or boy, whatever the case, because pages, they don't confined only on the female gender. The court cards, they do describe a character, they do describe an archetype. They can be any kind of gender. So that is a person who is quite emotionally involved in you right now, but that is up for a change. They will become just as much emotionally involved with you as much as you get emotionally involved with them. And right now, they're kind of like neutral. So if you get yourself emotionally involved in terms of friendship, they will be your friend. If you get emotionally involved with them in terms of love, they will fall in love with you, or they can be your business partner. Whatever you need right now, you do need to know that you do have someone that it is there for you, and it's ready to jump into action and to be your other half, for lack of a better word. The only thing you need to be careful about here with those cards is not to play around with them, kind of like be a friend, for example, or make a point that you are just a friends, but take advantage of their emotional engagement with you and their emotional attachment with you to have a friends with benefits type of relationship without wanting them to be your lover. Okay, in a long term rather, or um, official official lover. So you gotta be straight on the points what exactly they are for you and keep it that way, instead of again taking advantage of their emotional attachment towards you. Hello, Sana. Oh, I'm doing good, thank you, or at least for now. All right, that was Libra. Next one. A second. So next one, that will be Scorpio. Like that one. Um, I am Sun in Scorpio, for those of you who don't know. And I really love that one. The Hangman, the High Priestess, and also Nine of Cups. Happiness, emotional fulfillment, sensual joy. For some of us, even a glee, unless we are ambitious, unfortunately. So this, the full moon in Virgo for us, Scorpio, is going to stabilize everything. Our job will become ordinary, or rather like the procedures at our job will become ordinary. Our relationship will become ordinary, but only on the physical front, on the emotional front, at least according to these cards. We are going to get even more emotionally connected with our partner as per the elemental dignity of the Hangman and the High Priestess. This is when the souls bind, all right? When you get a perspective, or a perspective that love goes far deeper than just the skin, right? and a recognition what actually makes us happy and what are the sources of our lives, and that not everything loses meaning if we lose those sources. And so these 15 days are going to be a days of maintenance to make sure that these sources of happiness are going to be there to stay, maybe for the rest of our lives, and enjoying them instead of constantly pushing for newness and for new challenges, and for new growth and so on and so forth, because sometimes we get lost in this strive for more, not recognizing what we actually have. Well, that is going to be a transit in which we, the Scorpio, will recognize what we have. We are going to recognize the value and the wealth in it, and secure it. And when we do that, as per the Hangman, everything else afterwards is just gonna open up and flow. All right, next one, that will be Sagittarius. A good news with a pinch of salt, I'm afraid, for you guys. Six of Wands, the Devil, and the Nine of Pentacles. So it's a good news because the full moon in Virgo will produce for you rewards and recognition, right? You're gonna get, for example, bonus at work. You're gonna get a recognition. You are going to basically be put on a dais. Unfortunately, not by the people you want, or the reward itself is not going to be what you want. It's going to be a benefit nonetheless, but you're going to happen to hope for something better. No different than being promoted in a position you're not after. It's a better, it's a bigger, it's more well-paid position, but it's not the one you are after, right? For example, you may have been after, I don't know, uh, well, I may kind of like messed up the positions here because I'm not very well with the corporate structures. But say, for example, you're after being manager on team A, but they put you managing team B, right? You are still going to be manager, but not on the team you want. Nonetheless, when the time passes, when a few days passes and whatnot, you're gonna recognize your chances, or kind of like your milestone from there on moving forward. And I hope that you're gonna make the most out of it, because at first you're not gonna see it by far as a leap into your either career development, if that is a promotion, or a personal development, because that could very well be a moment where you are recognized as a perfect fit, right? You are going to be recognized as the man or the woman that person can have a family with, right? But it's just not going to be the person you initially want, unfortunately. But it can be someone that can make you happy. So hopefully you're going to recognize the milestone you have reached and make the most out of it. Sign up for a personal reading, you can go to my website. And there on the very front page, the website link you can find in the description down below, and the very front page you can see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Next one, that will be Capricorn, but that is a reading I can do, yes. Those are the cards: Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, and Five of Cups. That will be the moment where you bring them out. It's right on the get-go. So these cards does relate to, well, in my country we do have the expression, when the knife hits the bone, you know, you press it so hard, it's just, there is nowhere to go but it's the bone. So basically that is a situation where you have been left without a choice, unless you want to be the one to take the fall, of course. And you do have an ace to play, or if you don't think you have right now, you're going to figure out what that ace is in the next few days, and you do have the chance to play that ace. And this ace for you, the very least, is going to produce an option how to get out of the situation in a way that is going to work for you, and in the same time that result is going to be something you will enjoy. But it will hurt other people. It will hurt them, for example, financially, not physically, all right? It will hurt them, for example, financially. It's going to hurt them, for example, mentally, like they are going to end up being insulted, betrayed, and many other version of emotional damage that you can inflict. Frankly, by the look of these cards, it is either you or them. And again, frankly, with the actions on their behalf and with the way that they have treated you, they very well deserve it. So if you end up gunning for them, don't feel bad about it. All that came, at least according to these cards, from a compromise you made so you can make other people feel well and feel better than they actually deserve. And now they're forgetting themselves where their place actually is, and they are forgetting who you are, and it's time for you to remind them that. Next, that will be Aquarius. These are the cards. This full moon in you will manifest through some kind of a fight, physical, not physical, but a verbal fight, some kind of an argument, some kind of a scandal, and you will come up with idea through it. Something you haven't thought of up until this point, something unique, something quite brilliant, but in the same time unfathomable for the rest. So bottom line is that if you do try to share that idea or that thought which come your mind with your very best friend, for example, they will just not gonna fathom it. They're just will not gonna comprehend where you're coming from. And it will be a thought, idea, or a concept that if you do want to follow, you will have to bet everything on it. It's a situation for you, Aquarius, that it is either all or it is either nothing. And for what those cards are showing, you can't make the wrong choice here. Basically, they're saying that what you're gonna opt for, it's what feels more harmonious and natural to your life, and that's gonna be the right choice for you to do. And if you ever find yourself on the subject, like being cornered and having no options in front of you, meaning in a pitch, you will receive help from the most unusual and unexpected places and also people. So there is going to be always someone there to catch you if you start falling. And that will solve a massive problem in your life that you're having. Hey, Rocky, welcome to the stream. Right, and last but not least, we have Pisces. For Pisces, those are the cards. Rocky, thank you for the 28 Canadian. Thank you, Rocky. You're gonna have your reading at the end of the stream, which is quite nigh. So bear with me for a few minutes, and you're gonna have your reading. Wow. All right. So no wonder. I mean, the full moon is opposing you because it happens in Virgo. And like I said, those are cards. You're gonna be invested in because the person or the entity which is going to be investing you, for example, that could be the 15 days that your education get paid, so you get an internship, I believe it's called, or a sponsorship. That may be the moment where, you know, someone invests in your business, or someone invests in you emotionally, and so on and so forth. Reason being is that that person or an entity needs you, but they doesn't need you in a way that will take away from you. This is it's 15 days, Rocky. This is a mutual benefit type of investment. It is like through your improvement, through your prosperity, right? Through your well-being, they are benefiting without taking away from you. That is no different than, you know, a massive corporation invests in your business not to leech from your gains, but because your business is directly crushing their competition business, and they are winning from it because, you know, you're smothering their competition, and that doesn't take away from you anything. You know, it's a win-win basically. And literally there is no reason or a point to decline that investment whatsoever, and this investment will help you finalize some stuff that you can't do without. It will help you chase a quite substantial and an essential line and a niche for your life. So again, there will be no reason for you to decline that either emotional or financial investment coming your way in the next 15 days. So bottom line, Pisces, if you are offered money or attention, take it. It's literally for free. All right, so that was for the 12th. And now the super chat readings. Oh, I've taken the golden cards. Bear with me for a minute. Yeah, Yasmin, you're first. Right, so Yasmin goes first. Just let me make sure on your inquiries you have a specific one. All right, no specific one. Okay. Okay. It's pretty clear. Those are cards we have. It's Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and King of Cups. You will get within these 15 days, you're gonna get a news from authorities, giving that I know what you work and that you are working for an authority. I think that this is where you're gonna get the news from, that you do have more freedom, but the news will be delivered in such a way that is actually false, or rather it gives you the incentive to misinterpret it, and through that misinterpretation you may hurt your work or your career, okay, instead of actually bolstering it. So it will be very important in these 15 days, whenever 15 days, whenever you do get a green light, it is the best way how I can describe it. Whenever you are off the hook and are given freedom to conduct your own way, ask for specifics. Very important here. Other than that, this, I don't know why I'm always lead to hello once real love. Yes, I just started the super chat. Back to you, Yasmin. You can, I'm leaning always to say allowance because it's kind of like close to mine, but I recently learned that allowance doesn't mean what I think it means. So basically, this news that is gonna allow you certain stuff that actually doesn't allow, it is best if you do ask for more clarification, because it truly gives you freedom, just not in a way you think is going to be. But this actual freedom that is going to give you will have the means to make you do specific changes in your work, and I do believe it's about your work, that will improve your well-being at work in a massive way in a long run. Okay, So whenever, for example, your boss tells you, well, you do what you see fit about it. If I were in your shoes with these cards, I would ask him, well, what would you prefer not me doing, right? Right. What would you prefer me not doing about it? How far can I overstep? Because it will be an unambiguous approval that, you know, there are certain lines that person doesn't think about them right now, but when you cross them, it's truly gonna punch them in the gut. Oh, Christina, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. One second. But yeah, other than that, if you get you and the figure of authority clear on what is allowed and what not, you can make a fantastic use of this green light, for a lack of better words here. See, I was about to say allowance again. On that green light and on that freedom, you can basically do very good for yourself from it. It's just the way that it is offered, it's going to be very inappropriate. All right, next one, that will be Pat. So let's have a look. You're welcome, Yasmin. Um, that is something I can't talk about here on YouTube. I'm mailing you. it's quite sensitive, so I just don't want to. Yeah. All the time, I'm gonna say right now. Those are your cards. Pat. Six of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands. Is that this full moon is gonna face you with a decision you do not want to make. That is what I'm gonna say. A decision that waits on you, and you would have wished things to be other way around, basically, because the decision itself um, involves unpleasant emotions. I'm going to deliver the full reading on an email. Just is not something that I'm feeling comfortable divulging on a live stream on YouTube. All right, next one, that will be Kenny. You're welcome. I don't need to ask. Does you Kenny have a child? Do you have a child? Right. Well, these are the cards. Um, we do have a Six of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Wands. So this full moon in Virgo is gonna strengthen the bond in between you and your child, and it's all gonna happen through either a social media text or phone calls. And based on that strengthened bond, you and your child Kenny are gonna work out some kind of a concept, some kind of a plan, maybe for a holiday, maybe for just doing something together and being your thing with the child, something that it will be a pure happiness for both of you, and it will not contain a shred of activity or a shred of a person or a shred of event that is going to make you feel bad, and is going to make you kind of having to face, unpleasant situations. This is going to be a pure joy and pure fulfillment in between you and your child. And next 15 days again are the days where you strengthen your bond with the child, uh, making it strong enough so that can become possible, laying the foundations and coming up with the concept. It's really good transit for you, for the relationship that it is in between you and your child. I don't think that very soon something is gonna come up close to even threatening it. Okay, next, that will be Rocky. You're welcome. Yeah, for as long as Kenny picks up the phone, it's all gonna be good. Now, Rocky, I need to ask you the same question. Do you have a child or do you have children? Because based on that, this reading can be interpreted in two ways, at least. Those are your cards, by the way. The Strength, Six of Pentacles, and Four of Cups. 3 children. Wow, okay. At least one of them is gonna get out of line. All right? So they will forget their place. And with you, I mean, with the within the relationship you do have with them. And you, bottom line is that I don't know how you deal with that thing, right? But this time around, you will be able to find the right measure and the appropriate behavior, so you can fix the situation, you know, without kind of like allowing any damages to happen to the relationship that you do have with that particular child, and the family bond will become at least a little bit stronger. And the hint from the cards, it is a child that lives the further away, if that makes sense. It's just the child that lives further away from you. And the reason why, you know, that's, it's not even a conflict, it is just, say, as something that they are going to do or say without even thinking about it, right? Or without giving it a second guess, and it's not going to sit right with you. It is because they are tired of waiting, whatever that's supposed to mean. That is what those cards are showing. Now, on the personal front, for you, Rocky, next 15 days are going to be days where you are going to grow less and less satisfied and fulfilled with your current achievements, just for the time being, not because they are bad or anything, but because it's kind of like it's going to feel that you're ready for a bit more, right? And what is going to come out of it, it is some kind of a concept or some kind of a goal, idea that you can follow and chase, chase in the long run. Okay, and if if shit's hit the fan with your, you know, current undertakings, that is going to be something you can fall on at that point. And having a plan B, C, or all the way up to Z. So these 15 days are going to be quite kind to you, if I may put it that way, and in every single situation, not just only with your child, but if you will, with your boss, clients, and whatnot. Even though there are going to be those situations where people are going to step out of line, you will always gonna kind of like have the hunch to adopt the appropriate behavior, you know, to diffuse the situation and get things straight again. So that is the influence of the full moon for you, and the important event that is going to produce for you. Hope it made sense. It was a quite tough reading, to be honest. I seldom have those, but it was a quite tough interpretation. All right, Christina, it's your turn now. So let's see what the full moon has in store for you. Oh, it doesn't have to be in the same line of work, Rocky. That is a concept which kind of like ignites your enthusiasm. So it could be an idea you had back in the days, but you haven't think about it recently, you know, or for a few years, and it just re-emerges again. You're welcome, Rocky. Oh, it is good, Christina. Those are cards. Nine of Swords with Eight of Wands. It will happen through a gift you will receive. The gift comes from a woman, and this gift opens up some options available for you that are gonna scare you up. Okay, and options that can make your life hard, but not because they will not gonna improve it, but because, for example, they're gonna make you having to explain yourself. That is no different than, you know, a gift that opens up a new line of work, and now you're gonna have to explain your current one, you know, why you have to leave them and so on. So it will force some unpleasant consequences that you're gonna have to handle if you wanna kind of like get to the cherry on the top. That this gift from that woman comes in a bit inappropriate time, to be honest, and it will be presented a bit more immature than it should be, but nonetheless it's a gift, it's a bonus, it's an opportunity that it's worth it does worth exploring. And the reason why you're gonna consider it unfortunate, for a lack of better words, it is because it puts you right head on against your fears. If you are fearing from your boss, it is your boss that you gotta handle. If you are fearing, for example, spending some time on your own or alone, it is that what you have to handle. And when you stand against your fears, if you decide to take on that gift and opportunity, you will see that in reality there is nothing for you to be afraid of. Right, and last but not least, that will be News Devon. But Christina, it's a gift nonetheless. You're welcome. Oh, come on. Let me pick my cards up. This is your card, Queen of Swords, but it's a man. It's not a woman, it's a man. Um, and it happens at work. This is a man who will, oh my god, that's difficult to describe. It's a man who will deliver forth work for you that it benefits him more than it benefits you. Okay. And actually undertaking that work is going to create more of a hustle for you than actually benefits, payments, and so on and so forth. So gotta be careful when you're doing work for men next 15 days, and especially be vigilant about how financially capable they are to pay you for your services, whatever your services are. Okay, this is what's coming your way. A disingenuous client, from example, from a male gender that will kind of like give you a lot of work but not being willing to pay for it, or take advantage of, say, certain circumstances and pay you less than you should get from the job, and so on and so forth. So don't fall for that. But it definitely, the work that gives you, at least according to the Lenormand cards, it will create some difficulties for you. Devon. So again, be careful when you conduct business with males next 15 days. All right, guys and girls, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity, and we're gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.